Man, do y'all want to know what my favorite thing about Jesus Christ is? Y'all want to know what my favorite thing about him is? You see, and there's a lot of things to love about him. But my favorite thing about Jesus Christ is that he allowed everyone to disrespect him last time he was here on earth. And all he did was show love. He allowed the world to think he was going out sad. He came as a servant last time. Yes, he was Lord, but he came as a servant. He came to serve. He came to serve the Lord's purpose, right? And a lot of people think he went out sad. He allowed the world to think they won. But man, Jesus, although he came as a servant last time, in his second coming, he's coming back as a king. He's coming back as a king. And he was a king before. I want to make that very clear. Jesus was a king when he came the first time. But the world didn't know that yet. The world didn't know that yet. And the world denied it. Even in all those works he was doing. Even in all the saving he was doing. He never asked nobody for no money, nothing. All he did was give out love. All he did was give out guidance. All he did was heal the sick, the diseased, and the poor. And you see, the world took him and they twisted him. And they denied him. And he allowed them to do that. He allowed them to kill him. But Jesus is sitting back in heaven right now and he's waiting. He's waiting. That clock is ticking, bro. We don't have long. That clock is ticking. And he deep. He got all the angels with him. All the children of God with him. Me and you, the children of God. The unbelievers, I'm not talking to y'all. The children of God and the angels, he waited. That clock ticking. And in his second coming, when that sky break open, he's coming back as a king. As a king, bro. So all that slandering y'all was doing on Jesus, this is why, as the children of God, Jesus said, love people no matter what. We don't have a call to argue with people, to allow ourselves to stoop to people's levels, to argue with them and to fight with them and to get out of character trying to defend Jesus. He said, no, love no matter what. Because I'm up in heaven doing this. I'm up in heaven doing this. And when God says it's time, when God stops that watch on his eternal clock, when he stops it for a moment and he says it's time, Jesus gonna be leading that whole charge. He gonna be on the front horse. Thousands of angels deep, bro. He's coming. He coming as a king, bro. Last time they thought Jesus went out sad. This next time he come back, I want y'all to try him. Try him. Try Jesus when that sky break open. Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of people sick. All them people that said Jesus was a fairy tale, sick. All them people that said Jesus wasn't real, sick. All them people that claimed they believed in God, but they didn't believe Jesus was the Messiah, Jesus made it very clear. If you've denied the Son, you've denied the one who sent him. Sick. Y'all all gonna be sick. So no, I don't gotta fight with you. You don't gotta believe in God. You can disrespect God in front of me all you want. I'll put it simple like this. I don't appreciate that. I would appreciate if you respected my faith. But you got the free will to act however you please. But I'm gonna let you know right now, the very Jesus that y'all have disrespected from the moment he came here, even though all he did was show love, the very Jesus y'all disrespected and sent out as a servant, he's coming back as a king. He's coming back as a king. He's coming back as a king. K-I-N-G, all capitals. King Jesus. Ooh, I can't wait. Ooh. And God forgive me if I'm not supposed to say this, but I hope I'm here when it happens. I hope it happens during my lifetime. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'm fine with that. I'll wait. But I hope it does, man. I hope it does. Not because I want to be sitting there happy that people are going to be bound to hell, but just because I cannot wait to see my Father get all of the praise that he's worthy of. I cannot wait to see that. I don't want people to go to hell. I hope all of y'all convert. I hope all of y'all change your lives to Christ. I really do. Because at one point, I was a sinner too. And I still am a sinner. It's just that I'm a child of God now. So it's like my sin is a little different. I don't sin like the world sins. I fall short, but I get back up on the strength of Christ. And I allow him to renew me. And I need him to. But what I need y'all to understand is my Father's going to get that glory. That glory that y'all refused to give him last time, when he comes back this time, he's going to demand it. And this time, you won't have a choice. Last time, he gave you the choice to accept him. Next time he comes back, you don't have a choice. Every tongue going to confess. Yeah. The strongest atheist, the strongest agnostic, the strongest Muslim, the strongest Buddhist, the strongest Hinduist, whatever you call it. Every tongue's going to confess Jesus Christ is Lord. Every tongue. You see that tongue in your mouth? I'm talking to an unbeliever right now. You better confess now. Don't wait till that sky break open, because then it's going to be too late. Confess now. Confess now. You better try him now. You better go figure out who Jesus is for yourself. You better open up them Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and hear his teachings. You better stop going off of what the world told you. You better stop going off of what a fake Christian told you, and you better go see the example for Christians. You better go find out who Jesus is for yourself, because if you allow the devil to trick you on who Jesus is, it's going to be a sad day when that sky break open, because I'm making it very clear for y'all. Jesus is coming back as a king. Jesus is coming back as a king. And honestly, think about it. If you're an unbeliever and you see that sky break open and it's 70,000 angels and it's Jesus riding horse, pulling up deep, what are you gonna do? Imagine being an unbeliever in that moment. You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, they was right. All them crazy Christians was right. Mind you, as Christians, we not trying to, what do you think we spreading the word of God for, bro? We obviously have seen something. We obviously are telling y'all this Holy Spirit he's talking about is real. We trying to help y'all, but y'all be hating on us. Y'all be hating us. We just trying to love y'all. I'm just trying to tell you, bro, this is real. I've seen it. This is real, bro. I'm trying to help you. But hey, I can't force you, and I'm not going to, because God didn't force you. He gave you the free will to make a choice. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you deny Jesus, mind you, accepting Jesus is more than saying you just believe in God. You have to say it and you have to live like it. Many of you also claim to believe in God, but you live for the world. You got to understand, when that sky breaks open, he's not coming to get you either. He's coming to get the children of God that have not only said they believe in God, but they've devoted their lives to him. He's coming back as a king. That's my favorite part about Jesus. I love how he just acted in love and he's sitting up in heaven waiting right now. I know he up there right now, that clock ticking. He's trying to save as many souls as possible. But when God says that clock is ready, when he pushed that stop button on that clock, when he freezes time for a moment, ooh-wee. 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 Y'all better go get y'all relationship with God. Y'all better go find out who God is for real. And you better stop allowing the world to twist that message. Because you got to understand, the devil is using people to pull you away from God. The devil is using multiple different things to pull you away from God. It's a reason that Christianity is the most worldwide disrespected religion. It's not because it's a weak religion. It's because the devil has dominion over the world and he's trying to work anything in his power to keep you away from God. You got to think about this. You got to think about this stuff. Go figure out who Jesus is for yourself. Stop focusing on what you heard. That's not how anything in life works. So many of y'all focus on what you heard from a quote-unquote Christian that wasn't even really a Christian. If I tell you I'm an Olympian and you don't see me competing in the Olympics, you're going to say, you're not an Olympian. You're not in the Olympics. But if I claim to be a Christian and I don't live anything like it, you're not going to say, oh, you're not a Christian. You don't live like it. You're just going to say, oh, I hate Christianity. I'm not a fan. See, I'm starting to think the truth is that y'all don't even really think these false Christians are Christians. Y'all just don't want God to, quote unquote, control your life. So you find any excuse not to follow him as possible. You find as many excuses as possible not to follow him. But I'm just here to remind you, no matter what your excuse may be, Jesus is coming back as king. He's coming back as king. And you don't have to choose him now. You don't. You got the free will to live your life however you want. Your 70, 80 years that you get, that's fine. But that eternity that's waiting on you, that's up to God. He gonna be the judge on that. Your life may be in your hands, which is really not, because who can control what really happens in their life anyway? Which one of us knows what's going to be happening 10 days from now? None of us. But you can control your life as much as you think you're controlling it, as much as you want now. But your eternity is in his hands. Jesus Christ, it's in his hands. The very people that killed him, they didn't even know their eternity was in his hands. I wouldn't have killed the man who had the cars to my eternity. But that's you. That's you. That's y'all. Y'all can deny the man that has the cars to your eternity. Go ahead. You got the free will to do that. But as for me, I'm going to accept him and I'm going to love him because he's blessed me. And I'm going to try to get as many of y'all to come to him as possible because you need him, quite frankly. You need him. And I'm hoping maybe this video convinced one person to give Jesus a shot. Maybe one person. Because the heaven and the angels, they rejoice over one person getting saved. Maybe just one. Maybe all it was one. And I hope it was more. But Jesus is coming back as a king. That's my favorite thing about him. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be a beautiful day. Jesus, we will see you soon.